Researchers in Toronto are now working on how to treat a particularly challenging side effect of Alzheimer's. More than half of people with Alzheimer's suffer from agitation. And working on the possible treatment are teams at Johns Hopkins Medicine, Sunnybrook Health Sciences Centre, the University of Toronto, and the Centre for Addiction and Mental Health, and St. Michael's Hospital. For more on this, we are joined by the principal of this study, Tarek Raji, Executive Director of the Toronto Dementia Research Alliance. Great to have you in studio this morning.
Thank you for having me, Anne.
So what do these behavioral changes look like in Alzheimer's patients?
Thank you. Yes, so agitation is, as you mentioned, agitation is a common symptom in Alzheimer's dementia. It's not talked about as much as memory or forgetfulness, but it can happen up to 60% in people. It looks like, so it can be wandering, pacing, kind of change in behavior. It can be what we call verbal agitation, so things like yelling, shouting, cursing. It can be physical sometimes, like throwing things, hitting, slamming doors, or really severe mood swings, kind of sudden outbursts of anger, or getting stuck on certain comments and getting upset about a certain comment that without making sense anymore.
What can caregivers do to help people who are experiencing agitation at this point?
Yeah, I think caregivers, which is a big challenge on caregivers as well as the people living with dementia, is the first thing is to get medical attention. So really connect with the provider or the clinician who's providing care for the person living with dementia, because many times the first thing to do is an assessment to determine, are there what we call reversible causes of these symptoms? So many times these symptoms is a reflection of the person being in pain, but the person cannot express the pain, so it manifests as agitation. It could be the person can have an infection, or it could be some change in the environment, that's like an overstimulation in the environment or understimulation. So that part, in assessment, would determine, are there things that we can do to reverse the cause that's causing the symptoms? But many times we cannot identify a cause, and some it's just part of the illness itself. And this is where treatments are needed, whether psychological or medication treatment.
So you're the lead on this study. Let's talk about what this study entails.
Yes, so the study, so I'm the lead on AdCamH. It's the main site is the leader is the Johns Hopkins University. It's funded by the National Institute of Aging in the US. So the study involves that extensive assessment at the beginning. Then there is a phase where people get psychological counseling and support the caregivers and the person living with dementia to see if we can, without medication, see if we can reduce the symptoms of agitation. Then if the symptoms persist, then this is when we enter into the medication phase. And people receive either an active medication, which is a form of an antidepressant, it's well-established antidepressant. We're testing it to see if it helps agitation, versus a placebo, or what we call a sugar pill. And that phase goes on up to 12 weeks.
So who's eligible for this, and how can someone get information that's watching right now?
So people are eligible, typically are people who are living with dementia, Alzheimer's dementia, and experiencing symptoms of agitation. Best way to get access is to go to adtrial.org. That's the website, and there you see all the list of the sites and the investigators listed.
Well, keep in touch. We are so curious to see how this rolls out. Thanks for being in studio this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.